See, I'm trying to do my mathematics, and I'm trying to do my mathematics in my head. So, when I was reading your bio, you did something at the age of 5, and you said that was like 34 years ago.
34 years ago.
34. I'm not going to ask you your age, even though you look like you're 22.
Ooh, child. Hey, I'm 39. I was born in 1981.
So you're an 80s baby like I am.
Yeah, I was born in 81.
I was born in 85.
Correct. I was out there breakdancing in 85.
I was out there womb dancing in 85.
You were definitely in the womb, popping and locking, getting it popping.
No, I wasn't popping or locking anything. I told you I have no rhythm.
What, ballet or something?
I have been in the ballet, but I was in the Nutcracker. It says so in your biography how you got started. So your family was a rap and R&B group, right?
My parents managed a band, and my brother and sister were in the group. I came 7 years after my brother and my sister, so I was younger. They were teenagers, and they were rapping. I wasn't hip to the rap game. I was a dancer, so I would dance behind them. I would break dance while they rapped on the block, on the street.
Who was the group? What was the name of the group, and did they collaborate with any major names?
Family Crushing 4, and we were indie, very much indie, underground. We used to perform on the pier at the Hudson River in Manhattan, in the Bronx, any block. We did not collaborate with any famous people.
Would you say that might have been kind of like the genesis of your own independent drive, of which you have to this very day?
Oh, most definitely, because I wasn't a speaker. When I was younger, I had a stuttering problem. I was a stutterer.
Right.
So the only way I could get people to listen to me is through dancing.
So No, go ahead.
For the stutter, which only lasted about a year or two. But I learned to express myself through movement, and that's all I wanted to do was dance. And I would watch other dancers. And I started dancing harder and harder over the years. By the time I was 9, people was like, what is this little girl? What's going on in her body to where she dances this hard? That I talked about tonight is what's in bloom. But you get to see the behind the scenes. You get to see the blood, sweat, and the tears. You get to see me crying when I leave the classroom and have to leave my kids to go on tour. You see me going through the motions with dancers. You see me fighting the feeling, fighting the art versus the human, the business versus the art. I gotta organize this. I don't want to because I'm tired. I'm crying. This is too much. You see all the flowers talking about how being in Flower Child Productions has changed their lives. How they were doing this and then being in Flower Child Productions, now they're doing this and they feel like they found themselves. Like Bloom Giving Life is exactly what it says. It's giving it life. And people that I work with and collaborated with and partner, I don't think there's one project that I've done where I have not collaborated with someone. Everything I do is a collaboration, or someone tells me their vision and I execute it for them, or bring them in and say this, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, now, what about now? Yeah, that's what I want. Can I add this to it? Yeah, that's cool. Like, I love collaboration and I love to see people's dreams come true. So that's where Bloom Giving Life comes in when you watch it.
Lane was inspired by a failed relationship. Where did Finding My Way come from?
Rasheem Kilo Pugh wrote Find My Way. And with the children's films, he had ideas for the children's films. I just happened to be a theater teacher. And me bringing the kids on, I did the casting. I did the acting coaching. I said, wait a minute, this scene wouldn't happen like this because I'm a teacher and that kid wouldn't act like that. and this teacher wouldn't do that, and this parent wouldn't do that. We got to change this or add this scene in. So those were Rashim's ideas. He's always wanted to do Disney, Black Disney. He's a Mickey Mouse fan. He loves Disney, just like I do. So when we teamed up to do Find My Way, it was like we just worked. Like our chemistry was super dope on that film because I love children. I love kids. And I already was working with those kids in the classroom when we casted them. When you see Bloom, did you see Find My Way?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
Okay, because yeah, we have little scenes and stuff on Instagram. But if you watch Find My Way, you'll see some of my older Flower Child girls are in the movie. You can see the Flower Child in these artists. You can see it's a style, it's a technique that I teach. It's a technique, and it's even us being at my house all the time together. You can see it. When you watch Bloom Give It Life, you will see it. It's amazing to me. Now, what happens is everyone that has come through my path, they go out in the world and push that energy on some more people. Ha!
Go Morgan. Go Morgan. Go Morgan.
Hey, I was about to shout, but that's just how it goes down. Do you have a 2-hour show? Everything I go through it's inspired by happiness. When I'm in love, I create my best work. When somebody hurts the shit out of me, I create my best work. When I'm just like in between, I'll be like, do. That's when I do my fun stuff, like go bowling and stuff like that. But I do great teaching. I do great teaching when I'm not angry or super happy. But I create my best work when I'm like, oh, he loves me. I'm in love. Or when I say, man, fuck that nigga, man. He don't even know what he had, yo. I'm about to go off, son. Like, yo, I'm about to do this. I'm about to create this whole play. I'm about to do this choreo. I write my choreography down, by the way. I'm sorry. I just went all into character.
I'm sorry. It's okay. It's just, you, Nikayla, man, y'all trying to change the game for light-skinned women, ain't you?
Liz, I'm not light-skinned. I'm brown-skinned.
You're lighter than I am.
You know when you open the crayon box and they have the brown crayon and then they got the tan crayon? The tan crayon is still brown. They just call it tan. It's almondy. So almonds are brown. I'm almondy.
How long did it take you to come up with that one?
I just was improvising just now.
That was beautiful and very the new actor for Adrian, which personally, I think that was a great move because I want to work with Adrian.
Adrian's amazing. He's so easy to work with.
Yes.
And he's so easy to work with. Sometimes I want Adrian to be like, man, forget all this. Like, I just want him to get mad at somebody one day but him and John Black have the same work ethic. It's like, okay, what are we doing now? We here to work. Okay, it's my scene. All right, that's what's up. Cool. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. All right, bye everybody. Oh, I'm a stickler for, we start rehearsal at 3. We out of here at 5. 5 o'clock. I don't do 5:02. I don't do 5:01. I don't do no, wait a minute, y'all. Can we just, no. Get in, work. I don't play about nobody's time.
I don't know if you've seen Butter, but Adrian does have an inner lion Ike Turner inside of him. You know Butter, the movie Butter?
Yeah.
He was the pimp.
I can see that in Adrian. I had already cast I was fighting with myself about John Black and Adrian because they got cast at the same time. And I was like, don't want Adrian to play the villain, but John Black had more street.
John Black used to live in a crack house, so yeah, he does have more street.
Well, there you go.
So I'm very. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yes, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Oh, so yo, when I looked at the presentation of plane, the people that's in it, everything that goes along with it, I was very much interested in stuff, and I would definitely like to check it out.
Thank
So
you, Adrian. Don't make me cry, cause that was my baby. Like it took me to produce that and to put my story out there for people to see. And when it opened and it debuted and all 3 shows were sold out, I was like, people are gonna know that's about me. People are gonna know this. And I was like, girl, you went through it to minister to the people. Calm down. Favoritism is was one of those things that don't sit with me. If you can't be at rehearsal at a certain time and you can't respect your cast members, bye. I can't rock with you. And I'll love on you forever. But when it comes to my production and everybody's getting paid the same amount and you're not doing your job, peace out. I don't even care.
I, yo, as I am currently putting together my play, Aprender Español. I had let a cast member go because I wasn't feeling, I was getting bad vibes from him. I was getting messages like, can we end practice at this time? I need my beauty sleep. I gotta do this in the morning, so can we do? I'm like, okay, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but maybe you could agree with me on this. So if you have another project going on, in addition to, well, let's just use plane as an example. If someone has another project going on, great. You know what I'm saying? Great. Get as much work as you possibly can. But don't say, hey, I can't make rehearsal because I got to do this. Especially when you got cast in plane first, right?
Right.
Like, don't tell me that you got to ghost my rehearsal and stuff because you gotta do another project. You gotta take time away from my project.
You don't want to do it. Don't half step my project because you got something, because you want to do both. Choose a priority and stick with that.
Is it how did plane happen? How did you put it together? Please tell us about plane.
Okay. I went through a really ugly, verbally abusive relationship, marriage. It's my truth, whatever.
Right.
Through that, I had needed some therapy. My therapy was writing. I wrote about my life. I wrote about the abuse. I wrote about not feeling sexy, about feeling overweight. He made me feel like I would not be successful without him. He told me that I should be happy that he's not cheating on me or hitting me. Yes.
I just want to say, if you by any chance ever internalize any of that BS, I couldn't watch the Curve video, okay?
The who video?
The Curve video, the Curve video that you got on your site. The Curve, you know, curves.
Oh, yes, okay.
I could not watch that and still maintain somewhat of a professional demeanor. So if you ever internalize that BS, that's exactly what it is. It's crap. So please continue.
Thank you. Okay, so I went through 3 tubal pregnancies, and during those pregnancies, I was just like writing. I wrote It Takes a Village Part 2 during that time, and I was writing Plane. I probably wrote Plane like 35 times, over and over and over. And I started teaching burlesque classes to women, sexy classes, urban burlesque, because I was trying to get out of a depression. And so I started inviting women to come dance with me. And we would wear fishnets and we would find our sexy and get in the mirror and be like, yeah, girl, ow. And then we would post it on social media. A lot of those videos went viral and gave me that push I needed to keep going after choreography. So Plain was written, but I was like, I can't produce this because I'm going to make him look crazy. People are going to know this is about us. And I said, no, they're not, because it was loosely based on my relationship. I said, I want Angela. My mother showed me cabarets growing up. White, right? All European. Pretty much all of them that I saw. Mm-hmm. Chicago, cabaret, all of it, all that jazz. Like, it was all Caucasian women. So
I gotta get this out of my system real quick since you said Chicago. Real quick. Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane.
I know that entire soundtrack. Don't get me wrong. I respect every musical. I just wanted to see us. I wanted to see Black women in a cabaret.
Yeah.
And Black men. But I wanted Angela. I wanted a live band. I wanted a DJ. And I wanted Angela to be the only one to sing her story. Angela is me. If you watch Plain, I have Plain for free on YouTube. It's available. I haven't been showing it because I stepped it up a notch and had all original music written, and I redid the entire show for the Atlanta show. But I'm not happy with it, but I've been showing it to people, who want to invest in it. So anyway.
Maybe they're happy with it. Dang, show that mug.
Tiffany Murphy. You know who Tiffany Murphy is? Light-skinned glasses.
I know who Eddie Murphy is. No, I don't know Tiffany Murphy.
Okay, so Tiffany plays me. She plays Angela in the production. She came to one of my dance classes. When I tell you she exuded everything that Angela exuded, I was looking for an Angela. She was in my dance class, and I said, I really need Angela, like, you would be perfect. And I said, do you sing? Adrian, I lied to you not. This girl started singing and blew me away. And I said, she can carry this whole show by herself. All the girls in the show, they do all the dancing behind her. They're her friends. Like girls trip type thing. And I'm gonna tell you this. Plain came out June 2nd, 2017. 4 Friends. Angela's the 5th. Girls Trip came out in August. Everybody was saying how much Girls Trip remind them of Plain. Crazy. But it's two totally different stories, but still, it made me feel good. I was like, okay, people relating my shit to some big shit that's out there with a big budget.
Your stuff is some big stuff. Remember that.
I love what you're saying, but I want the world to see. The world went to see that movie. You see what I'm saying? Because they have a big budget, they have money to make it a motion picture.
They have easier access to the world, but you can still let the world know.
And I am until the pandemic happened. We had a 10-city tour going. March 14th was the first city, which was Greensboro, North Carolina. Pandemic happened on March 14th, and they shut down all the venues, and I had to cancel the first showing. But it's okay, because we rocking out. Nobody can teach you how to do anything. They can give you the formula, they can give you different techniques, but at the end of the day, that shit gotta be in you. That's a chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. I'll be saying that all wrong, but it's still the right idea. The arts is the universal language that keeps the world going. Adrian, nobody can teach you the art of acting because it comes from here. And I can tell you right now, just from having a conversation with you, that if I gave you a script, you would kill it because it's in you. It's a part of you. I can feel you're giving me that. And that's a part of the Flower Child life. That's a part of the lifestyle of being a flower child, is that I see that shit. I know when I'm in the grocery store, that young lady sometimes say, what do you do? oh, I'm a lawyer. Can you come to this audition, please? Because you're giving me something else. Or I might say, your energy is, I've never had auditions. I've never had auditions for FlowerChild, the production company. Only when I do a play do I have an audition. But when I feel something coming off of somebody's aura and their spirit, that it factor, I make sure, come see me. Come see me at this address at this time. And normally 9.99999% of the time, they gravitate to me and I gravitate to them, because that's what happens with the sun and the water and the seeds and the you feel me?
I feel you, Queen.
If you can't take the heat, get the hell out the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
If you can't take do you know how much criticism I take in and I correct it and I fix so because criticism is embedded in me, when I meet someone who I'm like, man, this person is amazing. Let me just let them know if they do this, they can go next level. So many people will be like, what? I don't want to do that. Or that's stupid. Or how she thinks she gonna tell me, I'm just giving a idea of what will make you better. Cause that's what FlowerChild Productions does, is helps people to go to the next level. Like, it's a movement, because FlowerChild Productions is a stepping stone. It's not, and dancers, people always say, can you manage me? Can you manage me? Can I be a part of your agency? I'm not an agency. I am, let's get your resume built. Let's network you. Let's get you some pictures. Let's get you trained. Now you go out in the world and make your millions and go do what it is that you do best. This is a stepping stone, FlowerChild Productions. You see what I'm saying? And it's funny because, Adrian, people talk about me. People say, Morgan uses people. People also say, don't put Morgan on your project because she's going to put FlowerChild Productions all over it. Hell yeah, I am.
I mean, if you want to put FlowerChild Productions all over this episode of ADQ's Renaissance, I won't really.
But that's what I'm saying, Adrian. People don't understand. I am a brand. I'm a business because I put my work in. I put in years of work for a project to be great. Of course, I'm going to put my name on it. If I'm giving you an opportunity, it's your job to invite different directors. It's your job. I'm not using you. You're supposed to use this opportunity to get to the next level. That's on you, not me.
Well, see,
I'm giving people an opportunity. I want you to be seen. You have to invite directors and other agents to come see you. Get your pictures, post it, promote it, get your audience here.
What made you say, you know what, forget it, I'm throwing my cards on the table, I'm doing it?
What made me do that is my struggles with the industry. I didn't want other artists. I didn't want other artists to go through that. And so me not wanting other artists to go through that, I said, I'm casting raw talent. I'm going to cast raw talent for my production company. And they're also going to be mentored. They're going to become employees. I'm going to get them money. Because I always would go and do free shows, free here. Oh, well, you have a lot of talent, but we don't have any money for you. And that was all in North Carolina. It was always everything free. And they will always get paid. I'm like, people are paying to come see this show. So you mean to tell me the director is collecting the money, or the funds that people are paying goes toward the venue and not the actors who are actually entertaining the crowd? So FlowerChild Productions creates the, my sister's joining us. Say hey.
Hey, sis.
Yeah, we must have a podcast on Sundays. But I wanted people to see, okay, I don't have to reach over here to do a production with this person. I can write my own production and direct it the way I see it. If I have a cast already under me that I'm training and mentoring, I can go ahead and pay them because they're gonna play the characters. They got the acting down, they got the singing down, the dancing down. Why not cast these people? And if I have to reach out for 1 or 2 more actors, I will. You feel me? So Flower Child Productions came from my rejections and not wanting other artists to go through that. So I said, if I'm gonna choreograph productions and people pay me to choreograph events, I'm gonna hire my own dancers. But instead of always hiring different dancers, I had a set group of dancers who were loyal to the vision, because I wanted that team to go to the next level together. If we all go, if one go, we all go. But it don't always work out like that. I've had dancers from Flower Child Productions dance for Mariah. I have dancers that dance for Janet right now. I have dancers that dance for Beyonce right now. And I talk to them all the time. I'm not looking for no handout like, oh, get me on with Beyonce. No, I'm here playing a new age cabaret. Welcome home, Uncle Silky. Find my way. This is indie. It's from the ground up. I'm not asking for a commercial. Ooh, I'm not asking for fame. I'm not asking for riches. I love this.
You know,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that. Oh, all day. I promote. I could be sitting in class teaching my class, and I'll put share. Leave it. Something else. I want to inspire somebody else. Share. I won't even go back on social media for another 2 days to say, thank you or talk to people, whatever. Respond. But guess what?
What's up?
Nobody realizes that I don't share nothing until it's inked or until it's done. I move in silence. People don't even know the bigger things that are going on in my life at all, because I don't talk about them until they're done. So everything that I'm promoting is done. I never say, oh, I think I got an opportunity, or I'm about to sign a contract, or nobody knows anything that's happening at the big tables. I keep that stuff private until it's done. Nobody knew about movies until the movies, premiere night, $10, everybody come out, sell out. So it's so funny. I want artists to understand, don't be out here moving in silence and not promoting your work. That's not moving in silence. Promote your stuff that you've done. Moving in silence is not sharing stuff, and then the expectation doesn't come through, and now you like, oh snap, that didn't even happen. You see what I'm saying?
Find out you rap too.
Well, I don't really rap. I kind of improvise that song and just have fun in the studio. I'm more of an MC. I took everything that I say in dance class. If you listen to Go Off, everything I say in dance class, I'll be like, let's go. Come on. When you walking into the club and they looking at you as fly as can be. So when I teach my dance moves in class, I'm basically rapping. Tink, pop, boom, cap. Yo, go off, I go off. So it wasn't necessarily me creating a rhyme. It was just me being myself, being authentic and not worrying about, oh, does this rhyme? Oh, does this sound hot? Swagged out? No, I just was myself on a beat.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
That reminds me of how James Brown used to rap back in the day.
Come on, James Brown. Ooh, Adrian, you have been putting some little jewels in my little.
That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying?
You've been hitting me with some stuff today, and I'm gonna tell you later.
Game recognized, game queen.
Let me tell you something too, Adrian.
Tell me something.
I always tell playwrights in North Carolina to leave North Carolina.
I'm getting up out of here as soon as I can.
And let me tell you, off of the whim, get you a dope commercial for your show, a dope flyer, and guerrilla market that show. And watch and see how an audience who doesn't know you from a can of paint receives your work.
I already got a flyer, but I need to make that. But I do need to get a commercial.
That's when you know how dope you are. Because I did my production playing here. No audience. Nobody knew me. And it was Memorial Day weekend, so tickets were scarce, but we did 2 shows. The first show sucked because the lighting, the guy who was supposed to be my stage manager didn't know shit about stage management, claimed he did, got my little security deposit. I didn't pay him the rest, whatever. But I had to make up for it in the 8 o'clock show because the 3 o'clock show sucked ass. And I had people in that show it was still good because I don't produce crap, but because the actors carried the energy. But the 8 o'clock show, the sound, the lighting, everything was on point. And people who don't know me, who saw Plain just on Facebook, they saw a flyer in the store or whatever, they bought tickets. They were like, this is a game changer. This is amazing. I knew from that point on, after stepping outside the box and just going out on a limb, that now I'm going to go to another city and do the same thing. I'm going to go to another city and go to another city and go. That's why I'm renting my house, because I just decided, Morgan, you are going to be global and keep that mindset to go global versus, oh, you're Atlanta based. No, Atlanta has a big population. And if you can't make it in Atlanta, you can't nowhere. My definition of being spiritual is I believe in God. And I say God as the higher power. Whatever higher power is up there, I call him or her God. Some people say Allah. Some people pray to Jesus. Some people pray to Buddha. Some people pray. I have a center where I pray. I have a meditation prayer center in my house. In that center, I have rose oil, which is keeps you connected to the ancestors. I pray to the ancestors because my ancestors are my angels that flow through my blood. See what I'm saying? The Native American ancestors, the African ancestors, even the European Caucasian that flow through my all it is. I'm white. We are everything. So I pray to the ancestors because their blood is flowing through me. So when I talk to them, it's a spirit realm of what you're feeling in your soul. I feel that God works through me. I feel like I am God. God is there, but I am God. Most people say that's a 5%er. I don't have a name for it. I am practicing treating people right, not stealing. That goes back to I love Proverbs and Psalms in the Bible. I don't get with the religious portion of the Bible, but I love the way of life that is taught in the Bible. How to treat people, treating people the way that you want to be treated. And people take religion and make it so sin and heaven and hell and you do this and that. Live your life, treat people, be compassionate, be empathetic. I feel like the spiritual realm allows you to get in touch with yourself and say, okay, I can't be an addict today. I can't, the smoking, that boom, that's over there. The drinking, that's over there. My sexual addiction, I'm not going lust over this person because I'm married. Like, you have to dig in yourself. You got to invite God into your spiritual realm. You can't go to the Bible and just be quoting scriptures because you ain't practicing nothing. You ain't practicing that relationship. When I step out of my house, my relationship with him is so strong that somebody who practices Baptist, whatever you practice, can't come in my space and tell me shit about my relationship and how I operate as a unit with God. Period. And I stay in my lane. I don't bother nobody. I'm good to people. I don't hurt nobody on purpose. It's so many people in the church that hurt you as soon as you walk in that joint. Soon as you walk in there, well, look what she got on. I don't got time for that.
If you was,
and then they say, "Oh, don't allow church hurt to keep you out of the church. Well, guess what? In my house, where I praise him and meditate, or at the creek, I go to the creek and the lake and I meditate and I pray. Ain't nobody, them people ain't there. Nobody's there, just me and God. I don't have to go to church. I like going to church sometimes to hear music. Sometimes there are certain pastors that preach a good word, that, you know, they teach from life experiences. And I like those pastors, and I go listen to them, because it's like me teaching my classroom about theater and how theater relates to real life.
Theater and the church have been tied together for since the beginning.
Oh, it began in Africa when the men used to go hunt for the women. They would come back and do the ritual and show the women how they hunted down the food. That's where theater began. And then it went to Greek. But guess what? The history books tell us that theater began in Greece with white people, with Greeks. But it began in Africa. Rituals. You keep doing your thing and inspiring others, because what we do is a ministry. It is never about us. It's about the audience and those who need us. We save the world. We change the world. We change people's hearts and minds through what we do. And I will never downplay that. Never downplay the fact that God chose you to tell stories. Never, always know your worth, because he gave you that talent so that you can eat good, so that you can pay your rent, so that you can help others. He will make sure that you're good and to live with your gifts and talents that he gave you. Too many people say, oh, and yeah, it's baby, it's measly, it ain't. Yes, it is. It is your occupation. It is your job. Just like somebody that does cashiering at McDonald's, just like somebody that runs Macy's, just like somebody that daggone works at the bodega, at the corner store. I don't care. You are a minister in your own right, and you are chosen. So you know your worth, and you treat yourself as a God. I know I don't try to force partnerships or collaborations. Things really just, God just puts things in perspective for you. And I don't think this was a mistake today, having the awesome, we talked so much today before the show, like we should have been, that was an interview in itself.
Ain't you sick of me yet?
Huh?
Ain't you sick of me yet?
No, you good. I just, I'm over people right now. I'm hungry. I'm about to cook. And I'm about to finish these lesson plan and turn up. I'm not going to bed. I have my first class at 7:30. Thank you for having me. I'm about to get to work.
Do your thing, Morgan. Thank you for coming through.